welcome to another episode of Mark and Mark in the Morning.
BSN Homeroom.
And boy, do we have some good news today,
This is an exciting one.
Exciting.
This is so exciting that even I'm excited about it, which takes a lot, as you know, to get me excited.
Yeah, really. Okay.
So, anyway, it's going to be a good one, right?
Tell by the way he says in the morning, right?
In the morning.
Today's episode is on NBC Learn.
Yes.
Well, Mark, what is NBC Learn?
It's a lot of content. This one is all about content.
Content.
It's not techie stuff.
Content.
It's not like anything like that.
That's right.
Pure content.
So, what type of content, Mark?
Media content. Videos, print utilities, all kinds of stuff, but mostly video.
Yeah, mostly all videos, right?
Yes.
Okay, and actually, NBC Learn has tons and tons of videos because these videos are their news archives that go the whole way back into, we found at least into the 30s.
We were searching, we found some video from the 1930s that was in there from NBC.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
A lot in the 40s.
It was an interview with Arthur Conan Doyle, which I thought was interesting.
Pretty cool, yeah. So basically all the news articles that they record, right?
Anything that NBC News puts out is available within what we thought about a week.
About a week. We were
so from like a week ago back to the 1930s.
Yeah.
Anything that NBC News has put out is available in video form.
Yeah.
On this tool.
Which means you can put them in for discussion board topics, blog media, just for content to supplement your classroom needs, whatever it may be.
Imagine if you taught like civics or something. You want to get some video from World War II or something.
Awesome.
It's right there.
Yeah. But not only that, they actually provide other things too besides the news articles. They're producing a lot of their own content now, specifically for education, correct?
Right. So NBC Learn is essentially the educational arm of NBC.
That's right.
So now they're creating their own content specifically for educators, and some of it specifically K-12 educators.
Yeah. So what do they have, Mark?
Well, they have a couple of different, they're sort of creating series, essentially, is what they're doing. And they have these 5 series as of the recording of this. Chemistry Now, they have 2 sports science ones, science of football and science of the Olympics. Yeah. Changing Planet, which is like an ecology type thing, and then a social studies one. It's just like a civil rights type of material.
Yeah, and I really love these. In fact, since I'm a huge football fan, and I know you are too.
Yes.
The science of the NFL.
Football is that
really
the round
cool.
one or the frisbee one? Which one's football?
Oh, come on now.
I know. Football is the one.
Here, Mark.
Football's the one where you use your hands. That's why it's called football. But yes, they do have the science of football, which is kind of like a science, math, physics type of content, but applied to a subject which a lot of people see every day.
Yeah. So,
right?
Mark, let's okay, that's great information. How do we get this in our Blackboard course? So let's see how we can actually pull this in.
The answer is very, very easily.
Yeah.
Now, if you've ever used the mashup tools in Blackboard, which we hope you did, and if you didn't, we'd be disappointed.
Yeah, the YouTube mashup, the Flickr mashup, the SlideShare mashup, and now the
NBC Learn.
NBC Learn mashup.
So what you do is go to any content folder anywhere in your Blackboard course, go up to Build Content, and then over here on the right there, you have NBC Content.
Okay, so I need one of those Science of the NFL Football videos. Mark, can you show me how to put that in?
I can try. So here we go. When you click that, it's kind of interesting. It's a little different than the other mashups. It actually takes you outside of Blackboard. But don't panic. You haven't lost Blackboard or anything like that.
Basically what the building block does, it allows you, when you have a Blackboard account, you can only use this obviously if you have a Blackboard account, you can actually, when you log in, it logs you into the NBC Learn site too.
Right,
so
exactly.
You have an account already.
And sort of what I was saying there is it appears that Blackboard has disappeared, but it will come back as we move through the process. So this is kind of one of those ones where you can search for any topic you want. I searched up here in the top right for science of football just to sort of force it to find those videos, but you just search as you would do normally.
And you notice it took you right to the advanced search tab too. You have actually a browse and you have an advanced search.
And you can even do date range, like you know that a certain thing was broadcast on a certain date. Like classic one of that would be like inauguration or something like that. You want to see video from that day, you just search for that day in history.
Or if you know something like 9/11.
Exactly.
I mean, I kind of figured out that date, didn't I?
Yeah, well done. 2001, I remember. So in this case, I searched for science of football because I wanted to show you those particular videos. But here you can see, I mean, just from the thumbnails alone, you're getting a feeling for the type of content it is. And I can preview any one of them just by clicking on the thumbnail. So you can see here the video starts playing. I know my volume is kind of down, but The thing I've noticed about this content, especially, you can tell it's driven by NBC, is that it's very well produced.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the way that they build the intro and the titles and all that.
So,
So you can see that start playing.
Yeah, so a couple things. You can use the video itself, but it also comes with some print materials too that you can either print out or download the PDFs, which are transcripts or other information that goes along with it.
Yeah, I was looking at one from the oil spill in the Gulf, and it was interviews with people from the companies, and every single piece of spoken word was put in a transcript. All really easy to read. You could search it, print it, whatever you need to do.
But mostly you're going to want the video. So there's really only one option. If you've used some of the other mashup tools before, you can do thumbnails, you can embed. So remember you said earlier on that Blackboard appears to have disappeared, but when I come down here, I know I want this video. I click embed, and what happens is Blackboard comes back now. Okay, and there you see what it produces. So it gives you a description of what's in the video, gives you the title, gives you the time. And then over here, this is the one bit that it's sort of all right. We have some ideas for how it might be improved. It plays in these cue cards.
But when I click the image, okay, then it comes up.
So we liken this to the thumbnail that we're used to in the other mashup tools. Really, you have to click on it to get to play. But they call it embed, so it's not quite the true embed that we're used to. Well, but one of the other things too is that from the double downs mark, you can actually get all the print materials that go along with this too.
So when you bring up the video, down here at the bottom, you've got print and download. We can jump right out and take a look at that and see. Here's an example. This content is really good because it has all the citation, and the transcripts, I think, are really a big thing. Like if you have a student that needs a screen reader or something along those lines, you can just feed this transcript right into that, and now your low vision students can get good quality content as well. So it's nice for that. So tons of really great content. We're really, really excited about this, and we're also excited that it's going to progress too. They're adding more and more, obviously, with the news, but also they're building more and more too. Well, yeah. I mean, it's only. I mean, how long has the science of football's not even been around that long? I will say though, the majority of all the content they're building is basically more for the middle school and high school level. They're really not building any what I would consider elementary type content at this time. It's some of the news articles you could use within the elementary context, but I think the actual content that they're building. It's mostly like application of theory. It's not core concept teaching. So you will get middle school, high school. Now, Mark, that's great, but as I said before, I wanted to use this in my discussion board or a blog. Let's say I wanted to create a discussion board with that video. Do I have to then create the video like this and then create the discussion board, or can I have the video with the discussion board? Well, the rule of thumb in 9.1, right? Anywhere you have the visual text box editor, that's right. You have the mashup button, you can use this tool. That's correct. So let me jump into a discussion board here. So essentially, just go anywhere that you have access to the mashup tool, which is not just in content. It's not even just in discussions. It could be even a feedback box within. Exactly. Like watch this, NBC News footage, as feedback for a student's test. So essentially, I'm just looking for the mashup tool. Yep. And there it is. And there it is. Inside a test. You got it. Yep. Anywhere you think of, announcements, anything that has it. Yeah, and they keep adding that WYSIWYG editor in more places, as we did in an episode almost
before.
Everywhere now.
Yeah, they didn't have it in the feedback box whenever you're grading and things like that. Now they have it even there, so it's becoming more prevalent, which means any of these mashup tools become very powerful because they literally can be placed almost anywhere within your content, not just within your actual building of the content. Exactly. So. And in collaboration, students also get the mashup tool. They can add journal entry, blog, wiki. I mean, you can have kids build wikis. So if I'm defending something, if I'm defending something, I say, hey, here's a news article that actually expresses exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. So so that's cool. Yep. And I want to thank everyone for watching another episode of Mark in the Morning. BSN Homeroom. Have some fun with NBC Learn.